Steve Dotto was living in the wired world a bit before many of us got with it. He is a man who has high computer intelligence and a fascination for high-tech toys and sensible devices. He's the host of Dotto Tech Online and Dotto Tech on radio. It is my pleasure to welcome Steve Dotto back to Studio 402 Show and tell us more.
I had to come in because I heard you finally moved from the Razor, your old phone, to an iPhone.
I did.
And so you now.
And I loves it.
So now you're a wired woman all of a sudden.
Apparently, and I loves it so much that I was sending a lot of pictures to a lot of friends. I was taking pictures of silly things like the bed in the hotel room.
Okay.
And then I got a little message saying, I've used up all my MBs
Okay.
for this month.
I think that's probably coming from your service provider, not the storage on your phone, but how much transfer of data you are doing.
Really?
Based on your plan. You need the unlimited plan, I'm pretty sure, Fanny.
I don't.
Keep sending it, just get the unlimited plan.
Okay, I don't think I have that. I have to ask the kids.
Yeah, the kids
They
will
always
straighten you
know.
out. But so once I knew you actually were into the iPhone world, I figured out we got to come in and talk about apps because.
Why not?
Because you're soon to be having an iPad too, I imagine.
Oh, I will.
Yes.
In fact, I think I might. I have a laptop.
Yes.
But I think an iPad because the Daily Beast and all of those are some of my favorite apps.
Yes. So that's good. So I thought I'd share some of the coolest apps that are out there and kind of help you along. So you're not just sending pictures, but you're actually using your phone for more things.
I like that. Now, does it cost us to have apps?
Well, some of
Certain
the
apps?
apps you pay for, but it's micro payments. All of the apps that you purchase that are bought and paid for are anywhere between 99 cents, and I think the most expensive one I've ever bought is $14.95.
You mean forever or a month?
Well, no, for the purchase of the app, and then you might have to pay an upgrade at some point in the future.
Sure.
And some of them are subscription based, but for the most part, it's at least for a year for each of those. So, but the cool thing now is the way that our devices are integrating and the way that the world of Web 2.0 is integrating.
Right.
The same apps that we use on my iPad here, I can use on my iPhone, I can use on my Android phone, you can use on your iPhone, so we can show them to you here, but you can actually use them.
How great, but not on my Razor phone. It's gone.
No, the Razor phone's gone. It's
in the backyard, buried.
You buried it. That's environmentally
We had a
responsible.
ceremony.
Well, you had it for a long time. So,
I know.
So I thought I'd start you out with something kind of educational, but since you're talking music today, have you heard about GarageBand?
No,
GarageBand
I've heard about
Apple's-
it. I don't have it.
GarageBand is Apple's application that runs on Macs, and it's used for creating music. But they've created an app for the iPad. This won't run on your iPhone, but it'll run on an iPad, which is just insane. It's $4.95. And it is, you create your own music, and the capabilities of creating music are stunning. I'm going to just show it to you here.
Okay.
It starts with, you just choose your instrument, and now you can record everything that you do. So you can actually make and save your own songs, save them into iTunes, share them with your friends when you're done. But it starts with things like smart instruments, where we have this smart guitar here, and you just strum.
So chords.
And it's the chords, and it gives you the main chords
a
in
D.
any key. That was D minor, as a matter of fact.
I know.
But the cool thing is, like when you look at some of the music games like Guitar Hero, where kids are learning basically twitch reflex.
Well, it tells you at the top that's a C chord.
It tells you C. And here's the thing: as you're writing, first of all, you can have it do automatic strum patterns for you, which is quite cool. But beyond that, if we just go into the settings, I can change the key. Now, here's where kids are actually learning the mood that, say, if we change this to E flat minor, it changes the mood of the chord, it changes the mood of the music, and you can record this as you go on.
You can write classical, anything.
You can do any type of music you want. And not only do we have the guitar, we've got other instruments that we can record. We can sample, there's drum kits, and we also have, let me go to the smart keyboard, you have the keyboard as well. So you get the triads from when you hit, and then if you again ask for the chord pattern, it does a. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
And guess how much it costs? I told you, but do you remember how much it costs?
No.
$4.95.
Forever, until they upgrade it.
Yeah.
That's great, but I don't know how you integrate the piano with the guitar and all of that. How do you put the band together, the garage band?
Basically, you just hit
the world's worst orchestra.
You basically hit a record button, and you can start with whatever you want. If you want to start with your bass line, if you want to start with a drum kit, you can start. You can play it yourself, or use an automatic process to record the drums, and then layer it by adding layers one on top of the other, just like they do in a studio, just like where one musician might work on several different instruments.
And then you try and sell your song. If you're a professional musician, you could use this to advantage, or could you?
I think it might be a little bit limited for professional musicians, but where it's awesome is when you're doing your own videos, when you're doing your own little pieces yourself, or if you just want to write some songs for fun, you have the ability to do it and create something far in excess of anything you could have done in the past.
Well, and the mothers and the fathers will like it better, because if you've ever had a garage band, or you know a kid who has a garage band, you know what that's like when they're learning the drums.
And the fact is, it's using good music theory. They're seeing the proper chord structure. They're learning what the different keys, how the different keys work, and you're working within that key as you work through your different instruments. So it's a great training tool.
Sure, and it turns kids onto music.
Absolutely.
It turns adults onto music.
It turns
us
everybody
all
onto
music.
Now, next thing I want to talk about is productivity. Being a little bit more organized. How's the organizational world for you?
I still have a day timer.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I know, but
this is your new day timer, Evernote.
I don't trust technology completely.
Trust me.
I write things down.
Write this down, Evernote.
Evernote. Okay.
Evernote works on every platform. It works on smartphones, on your iPhone, it works on Android phones, it works on BlackBerry, it works on iPad, and it works on your computer. What it is it's a place that you can gather all of your different little bits and pieces of, like, it's all of your notes, all the stickies that you have, all of the business cards. And what it does is, I've got it brought up here, is basically you clip notes. Now, imagine I'm looking on the internet and I find a website that I'm interested in, or just a piece of information. I clip that and I store it in my Evernote file. It's available to me in the cloud. It's available to me online at any time. So if I'm on my phone later on in that day and I want to, and I say, I want to show Fanny that website, I can just go and I can choose that note and show it to you. But the way that I use it,
you've got an invoice on there. You've been to Brown's buying shoes, or what were you buying at Brown's?
No, that was food at Brown's, and I'm not going to leave that up there just in case anybody steals my personal.
There's a Brown's shoe store too.
But here's how it works. Because I use that with my phone, I just had dinner with that person. It was a business dinner. So instead of putting the receipt in my wallet, I took a picture of the receipt. I tagged it as a business expense, and so now when I submit my expenses later, I just pull up that file. Even better, at dinner, we had a great bottle of wine that night.
Wow.
I never remember the names of the bottles of wine when I'm at the store. You take a picture of the label, you store it as that's a really good Cab Sauv, and even if you're on a different phone or if you're on your computer later that night, you say, hey, we had this great bottle of wine, you can look it up because you can see it from any device.
Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, and that's it. You look at the picture. The picture will tell you. And then you've tagged it with text as well, saying this is a great bottle of wine, so you can search on it. And Evernote is free.
Evernote is free. We like that. So Evernote, GarageBand, on and on. We have 5 minutes, so we're going to have to whistle. 5 minutes?
Okay, I think the next thing I want to show you I want to show you the weather eye. It's summertime, and this is by the Weather Network here in Canada. And let's see if this,
Could you tell me what the weather's going to be like on Saturday?
Saturday. 20 degrees, sunny.
Yes. Sunny?
Sunny.
Good, we're having a wedding.
And 20 degrees.
Outside.
Good. I never got my invitation. What happened?
Well, do you know my daughter?
No, I'm not going to. I've got to be
so
around.
So don't be hurt.
I'm not hurt.
It's not mine.
I get not invited to lots of things. So, but the cool thing that they've done.
Bring the Cab Sauv anyway if you want to come.
Well, good luck with that. The cool thing that they've done with the Weather Network app, and this runs on your iPhone or on the iPad or on any device, is they've extended the sort of information you get from the weather report. For example, I've just scrolled across and it's giving me the air quality, the UV report, and the pollen report, because they know how much pollen is going to be in there based on the temperature.
Really?
And the cool thing is when you start looking at resorts, or if you start looking in national parks, it gives you a bug report.
No.
Yeah, it's going to be bad for mosquitoes. So you can plan ahead if there's going to be black flies or mosquitoes and that sort of thing as well. It's all part of, they're trying to give us some more.
Doesn't that take the fun out of it?
No, it doesn't take the fun out at all. Because you can prepare.
I understand.
It's all about being prepared, Fanny.
And rather than being sneezy the whole time, you say,
if
can't go there, it's a big pollen count.
It's going to be bad, or at least I'm going to make sure I pack enough of my antihistamine to make it through.
Okay, so preparation.
Yeah, so the Weather Network, and this app is, again, a free app. And the last one I want to show you is kind of a local app. I can show you more if we still have time, but it's a local app, and they've just launched it. Now it's going to look sideways to us here, but it's this is the app from I've got to turn my thing sideways so
looking
that I
all
can
around.
see. Yes. This is Can Pages. You know the Yellow Pages people?
Yes.
Then they now own Can Pages.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
did I disconnect
disconnected.
it? There we go. Plug it back in. It is a hyper local app.
I
where you
don't
can
see
look.
anything.
It's coming.
See, I don't have much
Technology.
patience.
You don't have patience?
You may have noticed.
Is it back? I'll unplug it.
No, that says Studio 4.
Well, technology,
that's
it breaks
okay.
occasionally.
That's why I have a day timer. I said.
But see, we're back.
We're back.
There we go.
Great.
So Can Pages is is their local attempt to provide the sort of directory services that we expect. You know,
Sure.
looking up the local banks and
Exactly.
stuff like that. So I just did a quick search of banks, and you can go in and you can get a map that'll get you to it. But the thing that I like and would be actually very germane this morning is the traffic cams. So you
This morning with
got
the
traffic
Port
cams.
Man
It's got-
closed.
Yes, it's got traffic cams everywhere. All of the provincial traffic cams, including the ones in the summit of the Coquihalla and stuff.
How great.
So now, a lot of us have searched for those and know how to find those in our browser, but here it is in a small little app that you can carry around on your phone, so you can use for directories for looking up,
Sure.
finding the closest ATM or the closest pizza place if you need. Plus the fact that you can add the cam.
And can
see
you
the
do this
traffic
locally
cams.
wherever you are or just locally?
This is a kind of a Vancouver-only app.
Okay, so if you're in New York, this won't
No,
work.
there would have to be a New York Can Pages. There's probably
Okay.
a similar app
They
there.
want you to expand the image. Can you do that magically?
No,
It's like little.
I can try. Is that better?
See?
Okay.
Highway 10 at 152nd.
Well, that's just the one that I happen to have up. I don't know why. I was hitting buttons really fast.
Sure. Okay.
I'm reading it
Well, you're
sideways. For some
allowed.
reason, it's showing it sideways on my iPad.
I don't understand it.
It's
You're the
formatted for the
high-tech
iPhone.
guy.
It's formatted for the iPhone.
But I like how that iPad sits up.
Oh, that's Apple's special case. Their cover here that flips around and you can use in a whole bunch of different ways. So
Right.
it's magnetic and attaches,
You can
and
do
it
all of
turns
that.
off the iPad when it's closed.
And I'm sure you download books. I doubt that you're trolling through War and Peace.
I'm a big fan
the
of
library.
I'm a big fan of online books, but I don't like reading them on my iPad.
What do you read them on?
A Kobo or a
or a Kindle?
Yeah, I've just got the new Kobo Wi-Fi Touch in. I think they've done a really good job with that.
Okay.
That new one, which is
Is that because you can see it in the sunshine or why?
a couple of things. The sunshine is one thing because especially now you want to read outside, and so. But the other thing is the weight. I find the iPad is about £1, and I find it too heavy to hold comfortably, laying in bed or sitting in a chair. That I like it on a desk. I am in love with the iPad. I travel with it now as my main computer. When I'm doing speaking engagements, I give presentations from it, just like we're showing here now. But the weight of the ebook reader is just that much better. They're just only 7 ounces.
Okay, do you see the laptop going the way of the dodo bird one day, and we'll all be into tablets and iPads and things like that, or not?
For heavy-duty writing, a notebook is still better, and for heavy work. But
Right.
I find that I can write quite comfortably sitting on an airplane, especially how cramped you are in an
Right.
airplane, that I don't have room to open my notebook often fully anyways.
Okay.
So yeah, I see in a lot of people's lives, the tablet will replace the notebook. But it won't go
Lovely.
the way
You
of the
can leave
dodo.
that here. Not
I
a
won't.
problem. Thank
Good
you.
luck with that.
Steve Dotto from Dotto Tech, online and on radio, Wednesday, 6 p.m., AM 650.